Hi, thanks so much for tuning in to Mom Boss Chronicles. My name is Jen.
This is Sue. And this is Danielle.
We are three moms that work together in real estate and are good friends, and here to talk to you about fun topics, the good, the bad, the ugly, of mom struggles, real estate, and other fun stuff. So make sure to subscribe to listen to more.
Welcome, everybody, to today's episode entitled Fit Mom. We are here with my coach at the gym, Vin Lam. First, I have to say, well, he's my coach at NuYu Fitness, so shout out to NuYu, but we would not be sitting here today if it were not for Vin.
Oh, thank you.
So, in the wintertime, Vin planted a seed, said to me, you should start a podcast, and, who wants to hear what I have to say, but... talking to you two about it, and here we are. Mom Boss Chronicles is a product of a seed that you planted. So thank you, Vin, because we wouldn't be here today. But we're very happy to have you here. You studied kinesiology in Penn State.
Yes.
Your focus, it's not your career. This is your lifestyle. Your focus is health and wellness, mind, body, spirit.
Everything.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Trying.
Tell us how you got into, fitness as a focus.
So I started working out when I was 16 back in high school, and it was basically not for the right reasons. It was more to get girls and whatnot.
Were you doing weights?
Yes.
Okay.
So my best friend, he started working out, and I was like, bro, you got so jacked. I was like, I need to look just like you so we could get girls together.
I love that.
So we both just started working out like crazy after school. Every single day. We went Monday through Friday.
I love it.
It was arm day every single day.
Were you at a meathead gym?
No, this is at the school gym.
that's
so we would wait around after school, throw on our guinea teas and go to the gym. So we did that for 3 years, and then I went to Penn State, actually not knowing what I wanted to major in. Studied engineering for my first year, and then failed calc my first semester, and I was like, this is not for me, so I took on kinesiology. And then
real quick, can you just expand on what kinesiology is for maybe some folks who aren't
so
familiar?
Penn State actually didn't offer exercise science. So kinesiology actually stands for movement science.
Okay.
So for Penn State, there is 3 different, I wouldn't say levels, 3 different options you could choose for kinesiology, and I chose the pre-med one.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because I was actually going to try to become a physical therapist. So I was actually working with the physical therapist for 4 or 5 years, getting hours, whatnot, and I realized, I was like, I don't know if I want to go that PT route. Started personal training on the side while I was working as a PT aide.
That's awesome.
And then basically I kind of fell in love with personal training. And
so with the kinesiology, I guess you had a really good understanding of muscles, right?
yes,
How muscles work.
I took anatomy, physiology, biomechanics, Chem 2 physics, all that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely liked anatomy more than physics and all that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So you totally understand the body.
Yes,
Yeah.
for the most part.
So that's, you think, better than a regular trainer. You get it.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, because I work with a lot of elderly people too. So I work around injuries, if your shoulder hurts, what do you do for that?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I try to modify for a lot of different clientele. I don't just train bodybuilders or train people to lose weight. I help people with injuries and stuff like that.
Feeling better.
Feeling better.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then I got a nutrition cert as well. So now I coach people online.
Wow.
I've coached a few athletes to do bodybuilding competitions.
That's so cool.
And whatnot. So yeah, my the range is pretty wide.
Yeah.
When it comes to coaching and whatnot.
Well, at the gym, I would say most of your classes are mostly attended by women.
Yes. 98%
women.
women.
Vin's class
I
today.
guess
Yes.
I love you.
Yeah. So you would say probably most of your clients are women.
In the beginning, yes,
Yeah.
but actually now it's 50-50.
That's
Okay.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I say women are more open to reaching out,
Yeah.
asking for help. Guys are more kind of I got this, I don't need help.
I'm just going to lift weights.
Exactly,
Yeah.
I'm going to lift weights with poor form, know.
Yes. Mhm.
But yeah, actually, just recently, my clientele, I started getting a lot more male clients
That's awesome.
as well, which is good because
Yeah.
they're opening out, they're reaching out, they need help. So.
And I guess for you, because you're getting all types of people, older, younger, men, women, do you customize it to the person and their needs?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they basically tell me like how many times they could go to the gym, what equipment they have, what kind of injuries they have, and I basically make like a tailored workout program like for them.
That's awesome.
Like my oldest client right now, he's 72.
Wow.
My youngest client he was like 16, 17.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's
like
awesome.
big range. But like my 72-year-old client, like this guy just turned like 71 or 72, and he did like 100-mile bike ride.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah, this guy, he's like one of my most fit clients. I was like, this guy's like so disciplined and dedicated. Like he makes me look bad.
Yeah.
Really?
Like
So,
this guy.
And he's a pure example then of like age really doesn't matter.
Exactly,
for
100%.
fitness.
100%. And he didn't start really working out seriously till like 5 years ago.
I was gonna say, can you get people who are like
100%.
Yeah, I'm not an avid person who works out, but can you take somebody who's not avid
Yes.
at any age and help them achieve that goal?
No matter what the age is.
Wow. That's
as long as they're willing to put in the effort, I can coach anyone.
That's
for
awesome.
sure. But that's the hardest part is just finding someone who's actually disciplined, like Sue.
Oh, to put the time
Yeah,
in.
but I wasn't, like, to be fair, I mean, I worked out when I was younger, and then I had, my
Yeah.
son and life and all that stuff, but you have to talk to yourself. You have to have mental fortitude, I think,
For
to
sure.
show up, and then, like, when you really start getting into it and, like, seeing the difference, right? And I appreciate you as a coach because you always challenge me. It's like, dude, heavier. Like, we're putting more weight on,
More reps,
or
let's go.
more reps
Yeah.
or something, like, when you put the extra box on the other box,
Yeah.
like, you could jump this, and I'm like, oh, I don't think I can, but I did,
Yeah.
And so to have somebody who, like, you're a great, like, you're a coach, but you're a cheerleader too. Like, you got this, and your energy is infectious as well. So,
Thank you.
I think that's a huge part why your classes are so popular, and it's a good workout. And I think, like, would you say? Because I have felt, I mean, I've done tons of different workouts throughout my life. I was an athlete when I was younger. I taught spin classes for a long time. But I have found that, like, one of the best workouts is weight training.
Yeah.
So would you say, like, for women?
100%. For men and women,
Really?
strength training
And that's
is...
something that I shy away from.
Yes.
I want to hear more.
Strength training is probably the number one best thing you can do for your body.
Wow.
Especially the older you get, the more you need it. Like my grandparents, for example, like they're late 70s, 80s, and they're like, oh, I shouldn't lift this, I shouldn't walk up the stairs. But like, actually, you have to push your body more. You have to stress your body more to strengthen like your joints, your bones, your ligaments, so that when you do fall when you're older or something, you don't break a hip and die in the next 2-3 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, everyone should definitely strength train.
Wow. And I
And
guess,
then-
how do you start? Small?
You start small,
Yeah.
exactly. You start light. You start
Yeah.
with body weight. You start with body weight, and then you start with like very lightweight, and then you just slowly progress your way up.
I mean, I know Danielle used to do that, right?
So you wouldn't be able to tell right now, but I used to be like an avid CrossFitter, like drank the Kool-Aid.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I had my son, he's almost 8, and it was just finding the time to get back into it.
Yes.
And I mean, I was so disciplined, like the cleanest eater, and
So you know you have it in you.
I do know it's
it in you.
buried in there
Yes,
really
but you
deep,
have it.
but
How to get her back to NuYu?
I know
That's
I'm
smart.
thinking I'm
Do you
gonna
live in the area?
I do, yes, I'm in Ocean, so it
Oh,
would
so she's totally.
And I've
going.
I know,
pictures
so you
of
have
you-
to
She's
This
definitely
Kool-Aid.
going.
I've seen pictures
100%.
of you like lifting weights.
Yes,
like
I
she
love
can
throwing
lift.
around
Yes.
weights. So it's been a while.
It's
It's
fun.
been like
Yeah.
It gets addicting.
yes, it's
for sure.
been a couple weeks I'll go and then I won't for a few months, and it's just really caught up to me. And it's funny, I heard this like quote once. It's like people always say they'll die for their children, but will you live for them?
Oh.
And it's so true. Yeah, I would take a bullet for my kids, but then why am I sitting here with a bag of Doritos?
Yeah.
I'm poisoning
Right.
myself, and I know that, and I know how important it is to eat well and to move your body, and it's this struggle. I'm too busy. I can't go work out
don't
because I
have
have to be
energy.
with my
Yeah.
kids. I can't, it's that guilt
Yeah.
too, and
But you want to know what your kids seeing you work out? Like, you're setting
Yeah.
such a good example for that.
100%.
Right. Like, non-negotiable.
Definitely.
Yes, so it's been a struggle for me to get back on that train, and I want to.
This is what you needed.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
What
need
do they
to.
say?
Right
Like
here.
6 weeks or like 60 days or 90 days or something.
To
Like 90
form a
days
habit,
to form a
something
habit
like
or
that.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But you're so right, because I felt like once I started doing more of the weight training in your classes and lifting heavier and you're like pushing me to lift heavier, like that's when I really felt like, oh shit, like I love this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like addicted to it. Like
Yep.
I'm very upset when I miss class, you
That's
know,
awesome.
because there's such a like
You
a
feel
dopamine, like
Yes.
a dopamine
Yeah.
after
100%.
a class, especially when we're like, I feel like I'm on A game and I'm really pushing myself. I leave that class and I'm like,
Yeah.
you take on the world, you know, and
Yeah.
like
100%.
I love
and feeling sore.
Yeah. I love the perspective of lifting weights, because in my mind as a woman, I think all I need is cardio. When I go to the gym, I'm like, I should do the bike or the treadmill, right?
You know, it's like women used to
100%.
have to use cardio.
Yeah.
That's how you're gonna burn fat.
And you get your cardio when you're weight training. You look at your heart rate.
Yep.
It's,
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes through
you
the
know,
roof.
yeah.
Yeah, like
and
when I'm lifting, like my heart rate goes to like 170.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You know.
And I didn't realize that women could and should be.
Yes,
Lifting.
strength training.
Yeah.
Like heavy too. Like people
Yeah,
think like they're
it's the
gonna
best.
bulk up,
Mhm.
you know, when you lift heavy, but like you're not.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Like unless you're pumping yourself with like a lot of steroids, like it's
steroids.
you're not gonna bulk up. You're just toned.
That's
Right.
You'll
awesome.
lean up.
Which is, who doesn't want that?
Exactly.
Right.
And then also like the more muscle you have in your body, the more you raise your metabolism.
Oh,
So you can eat more food without putting on weight.
yeah.
You know, so that's the beauty of having more muscle.
That's awesome.
Right.
You know.
So, like, in addition to strength training for, you know, us ladies, especially as we get older, what about like food? Like, what's a
What you should, okay, so, all right, so you want to shoot for at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight is usually the rule of thumb.
okay?
I would say like a chicken breast around this big is around maybe 30 to 40 grams of protein.
Okay, so
To put that into
like the
perspective.
palm of your hand, or the,
Palm of your hand, like
Okay.
whole hand,
Mhm.
is probably around 30 grams of protein.
okay.
You need 1 pound of protein per pound of body weight,
Wow.
basically.
Body weight that you want, like your goal body weight, or the body weight you are currently?
They say body weight that you are currently.
Okay.
You know, unless you're extremely overweight,
Mhm.
you know, like you're 300-400 pounds, all right, you're not going to be eating 300-400
Right.
grams of protein.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
But-
you'd be eating all
a day. But I would say, like, any woman, no matter what weight, you should at least be eating 150
Wow.
daily.
And I never heard of it that way. And that's
Daily.
Yeah. I guess our
So-
bodies need it, right?
Exactly, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, just for, like, every day, even if you're not working out,
Yeah.
you should still be eating that much
Yeah.
a day.
Wow.
You know, and that's honestly the hardest part for people is just getting adequate
pro-
protein
oh my God.
intake in.
Because it's so easy to get the bag of chips, so easy to
Yeah.
grab,
Yeah.
a bar.
Right.
Like it's
100%.
easy to grab the Pop-Tart, like a waffle, like
Exactly.
carbs. Not easy to
Yes.
grab the protein.
Well, also too, I think a lot of people don't understand. I mean, and you should be eating your vegetables too, but vegetables are carbs.
Carbs,
You know,
yeah.
I know you're a proponent for carbs. Like you're not
Yes.
saying cut
Healthy
carbs.
Yes,
Carbs.
healthy
Right.
carbs, exactly. Like I eat a lot of carbs. I eat rice, I eat
Brown rice,
potatoes.
quinoa.
I actually don't eat quinoa. I
You
don't
don't?
eat brown rice. No, I don't like brown rice or quinoa. I eat a lot of white rice, potatoes. I eat bread. You know, like I eat pasta.
Oh wow, that's good.
When I'm cutting, different story. You know, I'll shrink the portion sizes. But no, I'm pretty like people think I eat like chicken and broccoli every single day, but I eat out a lot. You know, like I have chips, I have cookies, I have ice cream, but I also train really hard,
Right.
really often, and then like 80-70% of my meals are clean meals. But I
Right.
do
That's like a treat.
Like the 80-20
Exactly.
rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Like my dad doesn't work out, and he loves to go out to eat. Like, he eats out like 5 days a week,
Oh.
which is like, ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm like, but so I eat out. I don't eat out with him all the time, but like I feel bad, and I'm like, all right, we'll go eat
Yeah.
out. You know.
But when you eat out, do you try to choose the right option?
Honestly, no.
Cool. You give yourself that grace.
Yes.
Yep.
Exactly. Like I'll eat fried food.
That's
eat,
awesome. And you look great,
sushi.
so that's amazing.
Thanks.
That's awesome to hear that you can eat
Thanks.
it, but you also have to be disciplined.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You need balance.
Yeah.
You know, you need balance. But like honestly, I feel so much better when I do cook and eat at home. Like I
Right.
100% feel a difference.
Do you have a favorite meal that you love to cook?
Love to cook? Yeah. Yeah,
chutney,
basically.
cucumber,
Yup.
white rice.
White rice, some type of veggie. Right
Okay.
now I've been on like a cucumber kick.
Oh.
And then I'll use like I've been eating a lot of beef. So basically either like ground beef, like shaved beef, or I'll eat like flank steak, stuff
That's
like
awesome.
that. Like
Cool.
lean red meat,
Awesome.
basically.
Yeah.
Eggs.
And eggs are protein, right?
Yes.
That's
a lot
awesome.
of protein. But sick of chicken. I haven't been eating chicken for a while. I eat turkey, sometimes seafood, fish, salmon.
And seafood's protein, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Like the best, one among the best proteins
Yes.
you can get because it's lean.
For sure.
Yeah, shrimp.
Fish, shrimp, beef, chicken, turkey.
That's awesome.
Protein powder, protein bars if you do need like a quick source of protein or like a snack.
Yeah.
Because you can't.
On the go.
He's exactly on the go.
I think that's a huge part for any like working mom. We're always
Exactly.
on the go. So that's I think
Right.
probably like one of the
100%.
biggest issues sometimes I experience a lot is like actually sitting down and eating a meal.
Yes.
During
Having
the day.
time to cook a meal or whatnot. So you can either prep, cook in bulk so you have a few meals for the rest of the day, or you can maybe even order like a meal prep service. They're usually around $10 to $12 a meal, give or take.
Yeah, I've done that before, and I feel like that helps.
About
Yeah.
what meals are costing.
Yeah.
Exactly, because it's so expensive
And
to
at
go
least it's
grocery
thought out for
shopping
you. You don't have to think about it.
100%.
And if you pick the right one, you're picking then I'm sure good
Yeah.
quality
Yes.
food choices.
Yeah, and,
yeah.
They taste great too.
Yeah.
You're investing.
Exactly. So I recommend that to a lot of my clients. I'm like, if you really can't cook,
Right.
go order yourself a meal prep service.
Yeah.
Or at least to start until you get into
start.
the groove and then
Exactly.
You know what to cook.
Yeah.
100%. You get
Kickstart
ideas.
your body.
You feel better, and then you can cook.
Yeah. I guess would you recommend a certain amount of time a week working out, or does it vary by person?
I mean, they say like rule of thumb, you want like at least 3 times a week, give or take.
And how long if you are going to do like
I would say 45 minutes to an
Okay.
hour. Yeah.
yeah.
Strength training, 45 minutes to an hour, and then if you can, like cardio, you could sprinkle in cardio here and there. But honestly, like I tell my clients to focus more on your overall steps for the day instead. If you don't like to run, because I hate running,
I hate running.
like focus on getting your steps in.
Yeah.
When you're with your kid, go walk with them, get them to go on a bike or scooter or something, just go
Get
outside,
moving.
get moving.
Yeah.
100%. Like that's going to help you lose a lot more weight faster.
Yeah.
For sure. Because like if you work out 45 minutes a day, but you're sitting 8 hours a
Right.
day, that's not really going to do much for you unless you're eating on point, like
Yeah.
very little.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right, because you have to put out more than you're taking in.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like a lot of people like they work at home, unfortunately, like they sit at a desk for 8 hours. I'm like, Teresa, you gotta move, girl.
Yeah.
Like you gotta walk.
Walk around
you
the
gotta
block.
Get your ass up and start
Yeah.
walking.
Yeah.
Like
I know.
yeah, there's a lot of times I'm like, a lot of times I tell clients to do stuff and they don't do it, and I'm just like.
But even if
I'm giving
yeah.
you everything you need,
Here's the
but
playbook.
exactly, but you're not doing it, so
Yeah.
it does get frustrating.
I
but
love
when
what
they-
Danielle said though. Like if you flip it this way, will you live for your kids? Like, gotta keep telling yourself that.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
do it.
100%.
You have to do it for someone else. Like
Yeah.
And like you said, you feel better. When you feel good, you look good. When you look good, you feel good.
You
show up better.
And it teaches
Full circle.
discipline, you
Yeah.
know, and that like vibrates out to the rest of your life about being disciplined, and it's like good for your psyche, right?
100%.
All right, so I know that you got into fitness to like impress the girls, but I know there is a specific girl in your life,
Was.
but like,
Oh yeah, true.
your big inspiration.
Yes. Yeah, so my mom was another part of the reason why I started working out, because she's always been very health conscious.
Oh, like growing up. You
Growing
saw
up,
her-
yeah,
that's
like she
awesome.
always ate very, very clean.
That's
but like
awesome.
back in the day, like she didn't know about like proper protein intake or like healthy fats. So all she ate was like vegetables and fruits.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
she thought that eating like protein and fats would get her fat.
Isn't that crazy? I
Yeah,
know.
exactly. But like she
Wow.
was actually super malnourished,
Aw.
like
I bet.
holding on to way more fat than she should be, even though she's barely eating any calories.
Wow. But she was trying in her mind. Yeah.
Exactly. But like I would see her do like the Jillian Michael DVDs, like she would do all like the abs and whatnot. So she's
That's
always been
awesome.
super health conscious. So that was definitely a big part of the reason why I was into fitness, And then when I got into fitness, I basically told her, I was like, look, Mom, you got to start strength training. You got to start eating more protein. You got to start eating more fat. But I mean, even now to this day, like she still has that mindset like, oh my God, like I think I'm eating too much. You know, I'm like, no, you're not. Like,
That's hard.
all you had was a bowl of Greek yogurt and fruits. Like, it's not a lot of calories. Like, you're fine, you know? Like, so.
I know what it is. I feel like the marketing back in the day, like I remember even when I was a child, like fat's bad. And like
100%.
Right?
Eggs are bad.
Yes.
You know, like,
oh my gosh. But then if you read the truth about, you know, I guess obviously certain fats are bad, but certain fats you need, right?
Yes.
Like,
because fats regulate your
And
hormones.
and some of the
And they
fiber
fill you
and
up.
Yeah. So like your poor mom, yeah, she thought, you know, she was doing so good, and it's probably hard for her to break that like thought cycle.
Yeah, like her hair was thinning now.
Yeah.
Like, she
Oh,
was
wow.
like, it was, yeah, she was totally like malnourished.
But I saw a photo of you and your mom, and she looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that you guys work out together. And I look at that. I think I said this to you. I was like, I hope when Michael gets older, he wants to work out with his mom.
Yeah.
Oh, you will.
Because she looks amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah,
So-
we're actually gonna go work out after this.
That's
She was like,
so cute.
she was like, are we gonna work out after? And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll train legs after.
Aw.
And your or your fiance, I should say,
Yeah.
sorry, she works out a lot with you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's always been very athletic when I first met her, but she never weight trained. She just did cardio.
Oh,
She just
right.
ran a lot.
That's
Didn't
what I
do any
thought.
weight
Yep.
training. And then basically I was the one that got her to start weight training.
That
and I
must have
was like,
changed her life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, does she love it as much as me? No. You know, but like
But she'll do it.
She'll do it. You
That's
know, and she goes
amazing.
on
Yeah,
her
she's
own.
a beast. Like
Yeah, she's pretty strong. She's like
Yeah.
she's like 5 foot tall, like
Wow.
just but she's pretty strong, yeah.
That's awesome. And I'm sure she feels a difference in herself then.
Yeah,
Since
100%.
incorporating that.
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome.
When's the wedding?
May.
Oh, that's
May.
awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Fun times, fun
Yeah.
times. Yeah, it's in May in the Palace in Somerset.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice place.
Thank
So is
you,
everybody working out hard, I guess, for the wedding?
thank you. I told her, I was like, baby, we gotta get shredded for this.
Yeah, we got to look good.
Yeah.
Honeymoon. Yeah. Yeah.
Your back better be shredded for this.
Yes.
this wedding.
This wedding
Yeah,
dress.
exactly.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so definitely like her whole lifestyle totally changed. You
That's
know, like,
really
She's like
cool.
back in the day, she used to drink like Coke and stuff.
Mm,
You know,
yeah.
like that's definitely.
And
out
I
the
know people
door.
even
Yeah.
thinking Diet Coke is
Yeah.
good for them. I
Right.
know.
Yeah.
Just if you're drinking soda, PSA.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just throw it out. Throw it out.
Yeah.
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 Exactly.
Yeah.
Try not to drink your calories.
Yeah.
Oh, I
That's
like
the thing.
that.
Don't drink your
Well,
Have a
that's
calories.
my
seltzer.
issue on the weekends.
You know, have a seltzer. I mean, I drink too. Don't get me like yeah. She follows me on Instagram, like she knows I drink.
You
And
have
I,
fun.
and I party.
Yes.
You know, but yeah, exactly.
Well, if you don't,
Yeah.
if you're so, and this is my problem. When I decide to be good, I'll be so strict, and then I'll just fall off.
You
because
deprive
I'm
yourself.
Not, yeah, I'm
Yes.
depriving
Right.
myself, and you
100%.
have to have.
balance.
And then when you have that
Have that
cheat moment,
balance.
then you're like, that's it. I just ate an Oreo.
Yeah.
Might as well eat the whole bag. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like I remember the days of going to the supermarket and reading labels. If there were more than 5 ingredients, I wouldn't buy it. If I couldn't pronounce it, I wouldn't buy
You're
it.
like, I'm not
I
putting it
was
in my
like a
body.
crazy
Yeah,
person. Yeah.
You were like all in.
All
I
in.
was
Yeah.
all in. Like, that's not a whole food. I
Yeah.
can only eat an apple.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta find
But
the
I
balance.
mean, yeah, there's got to be a balance. But
Right.
I think overall, it's obviously a good way to live because just your insides are healthier.
Yeah.
And another quote, what is it? Have food be your medicine, so
Yes.
medicine isn't your food. And
And I
it's
listened
so
to your
true.
TED Talk, and in there, you had mentioned about how if you're not eating right, it causes illnesses.
Yeah.
Like,
100%. It causes like heart diseases,
Yeah.
diabetes, obesity. Just the number one cause of death is heart problems.
wow.
Yeah.
And which I'm sure is a direct correlation to what we're putting in our body.
100%.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cancer. I mean,
Yeah.
everything.
exactly.
So I've always, my whole life, I've had eczema. And when I
Oh.
was
Oh, yeah,
too.
we got
eating really well, yeah, I told you this.
Is
I
eczema caused
didn't-
by, you feel like the food you're
Yeah,
eating?
it's an autoimmune
Mhm.
issue, which
Like inflammation,
Yes,
right? Like that's
inflammation.
such a huge.
yeah, and
Right.
when I was taking care of myself, I didn't have any
Wow.
flare-ups. My skin was great, my hair was great,
Yeah.
everything. It's
Right.
just it's so wild how a healthy diet
Food
Yeah.
is your medicine.
truly-
Yeah. 100%.
So it's
Yeah. Strengthens your immune system.
Yeah.
And you're not. Who knows? Like you said, you're reading labels. If you can't pronounce it,
Why are we eating it?
Why?
what do
what
do we
is
think
it?
is what it's made of?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
What the hell is it?
Yeah.
Definitely.
there's a show on Netflix. I just watched how to live to 100 years or
Oh,
live to
wow.
100 years.
I've started that.
The blue zones and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
I've started
that,
that,
and
but I
different.
didn't finish
This guy goes to different regions
Of the
around the
world?
world
That's
where
awesome.
people are living to 100
Right.
and finding out why. And I
Right.
think across the globe, it's food related. I mean, among other things too, but
it's mostly food.
It's
I would
mostly
say, right?
food
They're
related,
eating clean.
and what they're eating is clean foods, and the vegetables, and they're not sitting with the bag of chips and the processed stuff that we have become accustomed to eating over the years because it's easy, it's fast,
it's cheap.
Yeah, that's a big thing too.
Especially
the cost.
now the cost.
It's
I know,
expensive
it's crazy.
to eat.
Oh my god.
Well, but learn how to garden.
Oh my
and
gosh,
plant
yes.
your foods,
Right.
And I want chickens really bad.
Your garden's impressive, Sue.
Oh, thanks.
You let me pick some fruit from your garden, or
Yeah.
vegetables.
Oh, you have a
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we got tomatoes, eggplants, jalapenos, bell peppers.
And it's not that hard to do, right? Like,
no,
that's awesome.
I mean, Paul did the work of making it, but it's been great, and it's been really fun.
Yeah.
Picking using vegetables from the garden.
Have chickens?
I would like to someday.
Oh, that would.
I think my neighbors would kill me, but but I would love to have a chicken coop and fresh eggs.
100%.
That's actually something I feel like I shied away from eating
eggs.
Whole eggs because I was told for such or you're told for such a long time that it's bad for your heart and all of this
cholesterol.
Stuff. And I'm obsessed with hard-boiled eggs, and such a good way to start the day because it's satiating.
Really
It's good protein, and I feel
fats.
like good fats, and would you say even on the run, you could probably eat as many eggs a day as you kind of want, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, I eat 6 to 8 eggs a day.
Wow.
And my cholesterol's fine.
That's amazing.
You know, my blood pressure is great. You
Yeah.
know, so
You could probably.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, are there any pre-made stuff? I feel like I saw one time stuff you get from Costco, maybe chicken strips or something,
Yeah, I would buy chicken sausages from Costco. I'll buy chicken patties from Costco. I'll look for ones that have a little lower in sodium, give or take, because usually frozen meat has a lot of sodium. But the ones from Costco are actually not bad. High protein, low fat, low carbs.
Yeah.
You can just pop them in the microwave or pop them in the air fryer.
I love
a
Costco.
grab and go. Yeah, exactly. It's easy. You just have to know what to look for.
And you have to plan. So you have to make that trip to
You gotta
Costco, plan, have that at home. So you choose that.
And I eat very similar things every day. So I don't really have to think what am I gonna eat?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really get bored of eating the same foods for the most part. I obviously don't eat it every single day, or sometimes, but when you know how you feel afterwards, it's kind of it's food is feel kind of.
Totally. I mean, I try to be in tune, and even this weekend I had cookies. And I try not to eat cookies because I really have a gluten issue.
I love cookies.
Me too. But I had these chocolate chip cookies, but afterwards I did feel really bloated and tired.
Yeah.
I'm it'd be to be in tune. How is this food making me
Make
feel?
100%.
Yeah.
When I started eating better, you start feeling better, and I can't even tell you how many times I'll be out somewhere and I see the burger and I haven't had a burger in a long time. And there was a period of time when I lived in Jersey City, a date night for my husband and I, we would go to a burger and a beer, at least once a week we would do that. But I remember how crappy I would feel but you get used to that, and then you start eating good, and then you have that burger, and you're and the fries and all the heaviness, and you're just why did I do this to myself?
So when I was on my bodybuilding prep, I was craving burgers.
That was last year, right?
That was last year. So I was making homemade burgers. I would get low-calorie bread, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and then I would get lean ground beef and basically make my own patties.
Yeah.
Make a burger that.
Yeah,
it was 300 some calories for a full burger, and then I would get potatoes, chop it up into fries. Well, Stacy would chop it because I freaking hate chopping.
Sounds
and then put it in the air fryer.
Yeah.
And then potatoes are actually very low in carbs. They're pretty low in carbs.
Good to know. Yeah.
Yeah, they're low in carbs then.
And I like the idea of putting. So I like this. You slice up, put it in the air fryer.
Put it in the air fryer.
That sounds
spray some, avocado oil on.
Yep.
And then
sounds good.
Bam. You get
So you have a burger and fries,
Exactly.
but the healthy version.
with lean
Yeah,
meat.
and you feel great afterwards.
Yeah.
You don't feel sluggish and crabby afterwards. I
Yeah.
remember one time, a long time ago, went to KFC, ate a shit ton of fried chicken, and I literally felt like I was gonna die.
Your body rejected it.
Yeah, I was I feel like I'm gonna get a heart attack. I've never felt like that before.
Yeah.
And then I still eat fried food.
That's okay.
Just in moderation.
Yeah.
Right. Everything in moderation.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. All right.
That's awesome.
Cool. Thank you so much for coming on today
Yeah, of
and
course.
letting us ask you
great.
questions. I think we're all focused in health and wellness and being there for our kids and our families and and everything like that. And thank you so much for being a
Very
great
welcome.
coach and helping me kind of turn a corner at the gym. And
how often do you go to the gym?
I mean,
She's there.
I'd like to get there 5 days a week.
That's amazing.
The past month or so has been a little hard.
That's amazing.
But at a minimum, usually 4 days a week.
Yeah.
That's great.
Thank you for letting me push you.
Yes.
Because a lot of people, they're like, I don't want to be pushed.
Oh,
you have to be able to gauge, like,
who wants that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Sue's coachable, so that's good.
Yes, exactly.
I'm competitive. I want to be the strongest.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. She's definitely the strongest.
I'm coming for you.
Yeah, she's coming. Exactly.
Okay.
I want to see this.
Yes. For sure.
Thanks so much, Vin.
You're welcome.
Where can we follow you?
Oh, yes.
Yes, if people want to know more and follow you. Where?
So my Instagram handle is Vlam, Lam Fit
Awesome.
on Instagram.
Perfect.
And we'll tag that in our post as well.
Yeah, so make sure to follow Vin.
Yes, definitely.
Thank
And make sure to follow Mom Boss Chronicles too on Instagram.
Yes, definitely.
Sweet.
Thank you for being here.
you.
Thank you for
Bye.
listening.
See you next week.